Administrative and Financial Officer.
As the Assistant Chief of Staff, sir, I oversee the Administrative and Financial Officer.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So effectively, kayo yung Admin and Financial Officer.
Yes, sir. I oversee the Admin and Finance, sir.
You know, kanina kasi, upon questioning ni Attorney Christine, she kept referring to the regular programs under the Office of the Vice President. No? Natatandaan niyo yun? So it aroused my curiosity. No? Pinapull out ko sa staff yung General Appropriations Act ng 2022 as well as 2023. So we found out, papabasa ko sa inyo para hindi ma-charge sa oras ko. No? For 2022, under the regular Good Governance Program, merong 621.6 million pesos. Pakibasa nyo na lang, kayo na lang.
Sorry, sir. Hindi ko makita, sir. Okay. For fiscal year 2022, sir, under Good Governance Program, General Appropriations Act, 621.6 million, sir.
Please continue.
And then Physical and Financial Plan for the Confidential and Intelligence Funds, 125 million for the fourth quarter. And then for fiscal year 2020...
Under the same program, Good Governance Program.
Good Governance
Under
Program.
the PFP.
Under the PFP,
Okay, please
sir.
continue.
And then for fiscal year 2023, Socio-Economic Program Delivery, 2.21 billion billion under General Appropriations Act, and then 500 million for 125 million first quarter, 125 million second quarter, 125 million third quarter, and 125 million fourth quarter.
Okay. For a total of 500 million more.
500 million.
Okay. Next slide. I-juxtapose ko naman yung... Next slide, wag na yan. I-juxtapose ko yung 2022 at saka 2023 OBP Physical and Financial Plans, Confidential Intelligence, dalawang budget years. Pakibasa yung last quarter, physical target.
Baka pwede pong ma-request na
Okay,
ma-zoom.
Zoom. Pwede bang hindi charge sa time ko? Ako magbabasa. Okay. Letter A, number of identified areas with surveillance conducted and monitored. Letter B, percentage of activities implemented without untoward security-related incidents. Paulit-ulit po ito, no? So, sabi ko kanina, kayo naman ay mukhang matalinong tao at matalinong witness. Ano pong analysis nyo dyan?
On the...
Very simply, paano nyong i-analyze yung ganitong klaseng mga descriptions?
These are the activities that will be done,
I
sir.
know. Pero
Yes,
kung
sir.
i-analyze nyo, ano ibig sabihin nito? Hindi ba ito insulto sa common sense? Hindi man lang nyo binago ng konti, at least si Colonel Chica siguro ito. No? Unang-una, regular program, sana man lang, pagdating sa PFP, binago nyo yung nomenclature. Tapos, under the physical target, yung column, sana man lang, binago nyo yung activities. Copy-paste eh. Again, ulitin ko, tingin ko sa inyo, matalinong tao, matalinong witness, anong tingin nyo rito? Kung i-describe nyo in one word.
Sir, I cannot...
Ako na mag-describe. I think it's stupid. Sana man lang, binago-bago niya ng konti. Maraming salamat, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Next would be Senator Judge Padilla.
Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Tagapamahalang Hukom. Meron lang po akong tanong sa ating saksi. Opo. Ginoo, sa palagay niyo po ba karapat-dapat lamang na gumamit ng alias kapag confidential fund ang pinag-uusapan?
Sir, as someone who does not know, sir, implementations of parang mga confidential activities on the ground, sir, I cannot, hindi po ako makakasagot ng maayos, sir, kung pwede po ba or hindi. But based on information that I got, sir, no, when I consolidated the answers for the AOM, sir, hindi naman po siya na-mention sa akin po ni Colonel Lachica. But I know, sir, that confidential activities are considered to be sensitive. And there might be individuals or groups that need to be somehow protected, sir, because of the information that you would be getting from those people, sir. So, yun po yung tingin ko, sir. Hindi ko categorically masasabi na pwede po yung alias or hindi. But going back to the JMC also, sir, sa Joint Memorandum Circular, there is no specific provision, sir, that indicates kung paano po yung paglagay ng mga pangalan sa documentary evidence of payments.
Okay, maraming salamat po. Meron po akong tanong sa prosecution. Magandang hapon po. Napakaganda po ng inyong ngiti.
Good
Opo.
afternoon din po, sir.
Opo. Batid po ba ninyo ngayon, mga petsa na to, kung ano ang pinagdiriwang natin sa Pilipinas? Magmula po 19 hanggang 30.
Buwan ng wika daw po, sir.
Bukod po sa buwan ng wika,
National Heroes Day.
National Heroes Day. Ito po ay hango sa ating mga bayani. Tama po ba?
Opo.
Opo. Naniniwala po ba kayo na ang ating mga bayani ay may mga alias? Kilala niyo po ba sila Di Masalang?
I'm sorry po sa aking history teacher.
Ayan, opo.
Hindi ko na po maalala.
Ito po ang
masyado.
pinakamagandang panahon para maipaalala po sa inyo na ang ating mga bayani ay gumamit ng mga alias. Di Masalang, Siling Labuyo, Tikbalang, Tagailog, May Pag-asa, Buwan, Magdalo, Leon Kilat, Vibora, Lakambini, Paralitiko, Dimas, Alipato, Liwanag, Balite, at marami pa pong iba. Ano po ang kahalagahan dito, palagay po ninyo? Ang alias po, anong kahalagahan?
Well, first, Your Honor, I cannot comment because I'm not sure of the circumstances surrounding their use of alias. Under the anti-alias law, sir, inaalaw naman po yung paggamit ng alias provided kailangan po nakabanggit din, nakadisclose kung ano yung real name. So it's not completely prohibited provided they also provide the real.
Opo.
The real name.
Pakisagot lang muna po yung tanong ko bago po yung explanation po ninyo. Pakisagot lang po kung narinig nyo na po yung mga alias na yan. Ngayon lang po nyo narinig.
Some of it po, Your
Ayun.
Honor, to be candid, some of it I've already heard.
Magmula po 1892 hanggang 1896, ginagamit po nila ang mga alias na yan. Nagkaroon lang po ng isang traidor, ang pangalan ay Teodoro Patiño, na nagbulgar sa Katipunan. Alam po ba niyo yun?
Yes, Your Honor. But the circumstances then were different because we were
Bakit po iba?
under...
Bakit po iba? Bakit po na iba?
May gera po nun, sir, and we were under
Wala po ba tayong
occupation.
gera sa NPA? Ang NPA po, merong mga alias. Meron pong ka-Cobra, ka-Agila, ka-Lawin, ka-Tigre, ka-Kapre, ka-Sirena, ka-Adobo, ka-Sinigang, ka-Pansit, ka-Tinola, ka-Sile, ka-Kamote, ka-Bawang, ka-Maxi, ka-Labuyo.
Strictly speaking,
Lahat po yan,
sir,
ginagamit
iba po
na
yung
alias.
internal armed conflict, iba naman din po yung war.
Bakit po na iba? Pareho po itong clear and present danger sa atin. So ang
Well,
gusto ko lamang pong ipaalam sa ating prosecution na napakahalaga po ng alias sa panahon ng... Kayo po, sagutin po nyo, sa panahon ng...
Gera, sir, Your Honor.
Ang confidential po ang pagkilos confidential ay napakahalaga at hindi po ginagamit ang pangalan at hindi po pumipirma. At alam niyo po ba, noong September 12, 1896, ano nangyari? Nagkaroon tayo ng 13 martires. Yung mga nagtraidor ay itinuro ang mga totoong pangalan, totoong lugar, kung nasaan yung mga sumusuporta sa Katipunan.
If I may, Your
One
Honor.
last na lang po.
Kindly wind
One
up,
last,
Senator
one
Judge
last na lang
Padilla.
po.
If I may, Your Honor, just address your question earlier. With all due respect, Your Honor, the prosecution respectfully submits that whether the use of alias is allowed or not and whether it's necessary or not, to us, that is a non-issue because that was never raised
Hindi po
by
pwedeng
the...
maging non-issue sapagkat ito po ang ipinalalabas ng prosecution.
If I may, Your
Na may
Honor,
mga pangalan, na mga katawa-tawang pangalan. Mas nakakatawa po itong mga pangalan ng mga nangyari nung araw.
with all due
At isa
respect,
pa
Your
po,
Honor,
isa na lang
if
po. Kasi isa na lang po.
Kindly wind up,
Ito na lang
Judge
po.
Padilla.
Kilala niyo po ba kung sino si Marcial Bonifacio?
to be candid, Your Honor,
Oh.
I'm not
Sino po?
familiar.
Si Benigno
I'm sorry, Your
Aquino
Honor.
Jr. Si Ninoy. Siya mismo may alias. Maraming salamat po.
Your Honor, if I just may, Your Honor, just to set the record straight, because it was made to, with all due respect to the Senator Judge,
Mr.
it was...
Presiding Judge, allowed ba yun?
I was about to make a ruling.
Maraming
Senator
salamat
Judge
po.
Padilla. There was no question posed or poised. Attorney May. Let's proceed to the next Senator Judge who will interject. By the way, did you intentionally get rid of the platform?
Yes, Your Honor, because we were not expecting that I'd be called again, Your Honor, to make way for the Honorable Chair of
Okay.
the Panel of
Understood.
Prosecutors, Your Honor.
Understood. Senator Judge Aquino,
Thank
you're
you.
recognized for interjection. You may proceed, sir, when you're ready. You have 2 minutes.
So bago po yung 2 minutes, Mr. Presiding Officer, tama po, si Ninoy Aquino po ang kanyang alias ay Marcial Bonifacio para makauwi po siya sa Pilipinas nung nasa Boston siya. Oho. Pero wala naman ho siyang confidential funds na, wala ho siya sa mga AR na confidential funds. Lilinawin ko lang ho. Okay. Pagdating ho sa prosecution, ang posisyon ng prosecution, yung mga pangalan ay totoong tao, di ba? Correct, no? You have not really mentioned aliases in any of your... Wala. Could you respond quickly? We have talked about aliases. Is the prosecution talking about aliases?
That was never our point, Your Honor. In fact, the point of the prosecution is that that was never raised by the defense, either in their answer or in their pretrial brief, Your Honor. So to us, that should be a non-issue because even them, they never claimed that in any of their pleadings before this
thank you.
honorable court.
Okay, klaklaruin ko lang ha. Ang siyang tao lang pong nagsabi na alias po sila, si Miss Gina Acosta in her testimony. Kanina po, sabi niyo rin na Mr. Ortonio na hindi siya alias or hindi niyo alam. But si Miss Gina Acosta in her testimony did admit that in her perspective, these are aliases. No, just for the record po. Okay. So ito po yung mga tanong ko po. Sana po ito lang 2 minutes ko, Mr. Presiding Officer. So unang-una, Mr. Ortonio, you're very competent. Thank you for your answers. And I want you to answer just very candidly, no? Ano po yung naging personal reaction ninyo nung napag-usapan na yung possible misuse of the confidential funds at nung na-bring up na yung mga tawagin din nating katawa-tawang pangalan na parang klase?
Received sa akin, sir, on behalf of the Vice President. Of course, I provided a copy to the Chief of Staff, sir, and the Vice President. Ang naging instruction lang naman po sa akin, sir, was to respond to the AOMs and make consultations with the Special Disbursing Officer and Security Officer para masagot yung mga concerns or issues raised by COA.
Okay. Yan yung mga actions nyo, Mr. Ortonio. I'm asking about your reaction. Kinabahan ba kayo? Were you worried? Were you concerned? Was there any concern shown by the Vice President, by the Chief of Staff, by people in your office na posible itong perang ito ay hindi nagamit sa tama?
On the matter of concern, sir, I think there is a concern considering that there is already an immediate instruction, sir, to reply to the AOM.
That's the
sir.
AOM. Let's go to the bringing up of these names in Congress. Nung lumabas na yung Piatos, Pusa, Pagong, mga ganyan, were you concerned na yung pera ng bayan posibleng hindi nagamit sa tama at ito'y pinirmahan mo at ito'y nakapangalan sa inyong opisina, for example? Were you concerned?
On ano, sir? Parang
Honestly.
immediate reaction, sir. Yes, sir. But nung as the hearings went on, sir, parang binabalikan ko yung AOM, sir. Hindi kasi po siya na-raise doon sa AOMs. So parang nabawasan po yung concern ko, personal concerns ko with those acknowledgement receipts.
Did you call for an internal investigation after na-reveal yung mga pangalan na kakaiba? Nagpatawag ba kayo ng investigasyon sa inyong opisina?
I personally did not, sir, hindi na po ako nagpatawag. Sir.
Did your office call for an internal investigation?
On that matter, sir, I do not know, sir, if there is an instruction coming from the head of agency, sir. But personally to me, sir, none, sir.
Okay. So, ito kasi, Mr. Ortonio, no, sa aking opisina, more than 10 years ago, meron kaming nahanap na isang staff na ibang resibo yung ginamit sa liquidation. Wala pa atang 5,000 pesos to sa totoo lang. Hindi nga niya binulse. No? Meron siyang dapat hotel receipt na wala niya, gumamit siya ng hotel receipt ng ibang tao. That already elicited an internal investigation on our part. In the end, pinaalis namin yung staff na yon na kilala namin, kaibigan namin. 5,000 lang yun. So the common response we are looking for is that kapag pera to ng bayan, action ka agad at hanapin nyo talaga kung saan nagamit tong pera to. Kaya I'm really wondering what were the actions and reactions of people. So ito yung tanong ko rin, no? Mahalaga ba sa inyo, mahalaga ba sa iyo, sir, na yung perang ito ay nagamit sa tama? Na hindi ito nagamit sa mali o na bulsa lang?
Yes, sir. It is important to me, sir, because in the years na nakasama ko rin po si Vice President Sara Z. Duterte, sir, she also would want na money is spent properly for what it is intended to be used for.
Okay, last question, Mr. Presiding Officer. During all of this time, pinatawag mo ba si Colonel La Chica o pinatawag ba siya ni Chief of Staff Lopez or ni Vice President? Would you know? Kinausap mo ba? Tinanong mo ba? Colonel, itong mga pangalang ito, sino ba talaga to? Totoo ba to? Bakit nakalagay medicine pero cash talaga yung binigay? Kasi sa totoo lang, sir, yung nakalagay doon gamot pero cash ang binigay na pambili ng gamot, cash pa rin yun. 'Di ba? So in short, yung 500 million parang puro cash yun. Wala man talagang supplies or tables and chairs because that presupposes na ang binili nyo yung tables and chairs or supplies. You actually gave cash na 500 million. Pinatawag nyo po ba si Colonel La Chica at tinanong, as public officers, we have to exercise the diligence of a good father of a family. No? That's in our oath. So pinatawag niyo po ba ng inyong opisina at pina-explain kung nasaan ba itong peran to?
Sir, I was only able to request na makausap si Colonel La Chica in relation only to the response to the AOM, sir.
So hindi niyo po natanong itong mga specific questions na ito dun sa mga specificong mga pangalan, mga AR, mga ganyan?
At that time, sir, when I was drafting the AOM, sir, no, sir, because I had no knowledge, sir, of the AR, sir.
Salamat, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Senator Judge Aquino. Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo is recognized.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Ginoong Testigo. Alam niyo ba na si Colonel La Chica ay hindi po banded? And therefore, wala pong karapatan na mag-disburse ng CIF. Alam niyo po ba ito? Hindi.
I know that si Colonel La Chica po is not bonded, and as far as I know po, ang special disbursing officer po is si Ms. Gina Acosta.
Pero sa pagkaalam po ninyo, pwede po siyang humawak ng ganyang kalaking pera at ayaw mo ninyong sabihin na disburse, kundi implementation na may kahit na hindi po siya banded, pwede siya mag-disburse or mag-implement ng ganong kalaking pera.
Sir, I believe, sir, with his designation as the security officer, sir, he was tasked to implement the different activities on ground.
So, hindi nyo na po question si Ginang Acosta or si Colonel La Chica dahil may instruction po sa taas. Tama po ba yun? Is that to my understanding, sir?
Hindi ko na po natanong, sir, because there is already a delegation or designation for the both of them for the the different tasks that
Saan
they
po
will be
galing
doing.
yung designation, sir? Can
The
can you
dex-
recall my memory?
The designation po, sir, came from the head of agency, sir, the vice president.
All right. Sir, sabi mo kanina, I don't know kung kalimutan ko, nasa break room po ako kanina. Sabi mo, wala kang alam paano ginastos ang confidential fund when nag-usap po tayo. Tama po ba yun?
Yes,
You
sir.
have no idea. Pero I just was wondering, bakit kayo po ang sumasagot ng Audit Observation Memorandum o AOM ng COA kung wala kayong alam sa paggasta ng confidential fund? Gayon, ang AOM po, tama po ba, correct me if I'm wrong, ay ito po ay kumikwestiyon sa mga errors, exception, or deficiencies sa audit po ng COA?
For my office po, sir, whenever we receive AOMs, for our officers sa OVP, when we receive AOM, sir, it's the chief of staff or the it's the chief of staff or the chief of staff and the assistant chief of staff, sir, who responds to AOMs on behalf of the institution.
Pero sabi niyo po, kayo po sumasagot ng AOM.
Yes, sir. That's part of the tasks that are given to us, sir, together with the chief of
And how
staff.
can
sir.
you, I was just wondering kanina po, sir, how can you answer questions, queries, kung wala na pa po kayong alam? Paano niyo po masasagot ng tama? The only way to do that is you will lie.
That's why po, sir, meron pong instruction that was given to me, sir, by the head of agency, sir,
Na?
to talk with the special disbursing officer and the security officer para makuha po yung mga information from them and malatag po doon sa reply to the AOMs.
So your reply was only based on what they said, what they told you.
That's correct, sir.
Ayon. Without documents, resibo, etc. None of that. Just plainly na. Ginoong Antonio, dito po namin ginastos yung pera. Blah, blah, blah.
Yes, sir. I consulted with them, sir, for the
Okay.
reply, sir.
Hindi ka ba, kahit na katiting man lang na duda, sir, na medyo mali yata ang paggasta ng confidential fund ng OVP ni Colonel La Chica, wala, hindi man lang sumagi sa'yo na medyo may duda ka na something is wrong here. Wala man lang, none at all.
At that time, sir, may yung mga issues naman, sir, and when I consulted with the security officer, he was able to provide a reply naman, sir. So, although yes, initially, parang you would question, sir, no? But with the replies that I got from the security officer, sir, we were able to respond to them already to COA.
The reason why I asked you that, ginong witness, was that nandiyan po kayo, syempre po yung tiwala ng VP po sa inyo. Di man lang ninyo naisip na, teka mali ito, baka sumabit si VP Sara, sumabit ang OVP. Baka hindi naman talaga nagastos ni Colonel La Chica, baka ay hindi talaga napupunta sa kungkan. Hindi ho lang ninyo naisip. Or didn't you tell the Vice President, ma'am, ano ho kaya? Pwede bang tanungin ninyo ito or pwede ba silipin? Nada daw, hindi mo lang nakausap si VP. Hinayaan nyo lang ng hinayaan na tumuloy-tuloy for several months, several quarters yung ganitong klaseng expenditure. Nobody informed the Vice President.
Sir, hindi naman po na hinayaan, sir, because all the replies naman po, sir, are also given to the Vice President for her review and final approval before it is being signed and to be sent to the Commission and
when you
Audit, sir.
sign the report, sir, alam na po ni VP. Is that what you're saying? Nakita niya na po na pinambili ng ganito, ng information, ng gamot, ng mga lamesa. na alam na ng VP before you signed it.
Before I signed it, sir.
So dumaan na sa table ni VP.
Yes, sir.
Kindly wind up,
Thank
Senator
you
Judge
po,
Erwin.
Ginong Testigo. Mr. Presiding Officer, thank you.
Thank you, Senator Judge Erwin. To avail of the first round, Senator Judge Marcos, you are recognized, ma'am. You may proceed when you're ready. You have 2 minutes.
Yes, maraming salamat, Mr. Ortonio. Medyo nalilito lang po kami dahil paiba-iba yung explanation. Nag-umpisa sa PFP. Bakit iba yung 2022 PFP kung saan maliwanag na nakasaad good government lamang? Pero nung nagsulat kayo, yung request ninyo sa DBM, noong 22 August ng 2022, ang sinabi na, dalawang bagay. Good governance plus conduct of official engagements and functional representation in international and domestic events. Bakit nagbago na siya? Samantalang dapat yung request talagang parehong-pareho dun sa PFP.
Ma'am, I cannot specifically answer, ma'am, on kung bakit po good governance lang po yung nailagay doon because, again, ma'am, I was not hindi po ako part ng pag-craft nung physical nung
Oo.
PFP po,
Hindi ka pa
ma'am.
kasali noon sa PFP, ganun ba yon?
Yes, ma'am, I'm not part of the drafting of the PFP,
Pero hindi
ma'am.
kayo nasabihan na hindi ito matching dun sa PFP, yung request na sinulat.
There was no comment, ma'am, when we submitted it to the DBM, ma'am.
Tapos, nung certification na, liquidation na to, nung 17 October 2023, nagbago na naman. Ang sinabi na naman, hindi good governance, hindi na conduct of official engagement, ang sabi na no untoward incident in the implementation of OVP programs. Bakit pa iba-iba yung wording maski sa certification?
Again, ma'am, for the certification, ma'am, I cannot provide information, ma'am, because it was the security officer who handled it, Your Honor.
Akala ko may supervisory and administrative power ka kasi nga assistant kayo ng vice presidente. Hindi ba nagre-report sa inyo yung mga security officer kahit papano? Kasi madadamay ka rin yan sa COA. Bakit pa iba-iba? From PFP to budget request to certification, hindi nagtutugma.
First, ma'am, on the matter of the different wordings, ma'am, if I can recall, Your Honor, it was never raised also in the audit observation memo, ma'am. So it is something na we did not anymore look into when we were preparing the replies. And then for the second concern, ma'am, if the security officer is reporting to me, ma'am. Unfortunately, ma'am, the security officer does not report to me. I only handle overall supervision for the administrative and financial services and strategy management.
Intelligent, you're very smart. Did you not try to ask? O at least nagtaka? Baka may rheuma, arthritis, nagpapakimo. You should have asked. At kung mga bata nga, inquisitive yung mga bata, anong gamot ang bibilhin mo? Paghingan mo pera ng bata, kunyari, Toy, pahingin pera, bili akong gamot. Anong gamot bibilhin mo, kuya? Bata yun ha, grade 1. Ikaw pa kaya? Why?
At the time po, sir, I did not ask anymore kay Colonel Lachica, sir.
Why not?
Because, sir, I already gave I trusted what the security officer mentioned to me, sir.
But it is your responsibility to know. Kasi ikaw pumipirma doon sa AOM.
Sir, in terms of the responsibility to know, sir, I'm not sure, sir, if I'm the one who's responsible to know, sir. But the
So
task
you're
to
not
me,
sure. That means, ayoko nang gumamit ng pangsalita. It's unbelievable. It defies logic talaga, really, sir. You're not really making sense at all. Anyway, move on tayo. Yung, alam mo naman sa DOH, nagbibigay ng libreng gamot. Meron
Yes,
kayong mga medical assistance program.
Yes, sir.
Oh, ba't di nila kayo humingi sa DOH? In fact, by the hundreds of millions and billions, nag-expel lang dyan sa bodega ng DOH, natatapon lang. Sayang. So dapat humingi na lang kayo sa DOH. Bigyan nyo lahat ng informant nyo ng kung anong klaseng gamot. Libre pa. Nakalibre kayo.
the wisdom behind how the confidential funds were implemented, sir, I cannot answer, sir, because again, sir, I am not the main implementer for the said activities.
Kaya
sir.
nga, Mr. Smart Guy, nung makita mo na ang dami mga informant na binigyan ng mga hundreds of thousands each para sa gamot, you could have asked La Chica and said, La Chica, bakit di tayo pumunta sa DOH, maghingi tayo ng gamot para makalibre, makatipid tayo sa confidential funds? Libre naman sa DOH. Pag Office of the President maghingi, may budget, meron kayo allocation doon, I'm sure. In fact, sa Davao, ginagawa nyo na yun eh.
Sir, that I cannot answer, sir.
So again, it defies logic. Hindi po kapani-paniwala ang mga pinagsasabi mo. Sir, for me, it really defies logic. Sayang po yung pagkatalino mo rito. Nasira po yung pagiging isang matalinong tao. Nakakahiya po dun sa mga eskwelahan na kung saan ka nag-aral at nag-graduate. Because ngayon, pinakita mo na nagsasalita ka na para kang, sorry sir, nagtatanga-tangahan. Salamat po sir. Pasensya na sir.
Your Honor, with all due respect, Your Honor, I personally take offense of that comment, sir. I actually just did my duty, sir. At the time, sir, I believe na yun po yung kailangan kong gawin bilang isang empleyado po, sir. And I did my work, sir, based on what was tasked of me, sir, including the limitations that I can do to the duty that I will be doing, sir.
So you're talking about limitation. Ikaw ang deputy COS and then malapit ka kay VP Sara and then pirma mo ang nakasaad doon sa AOM. So karapatan mo po magtanong. Okay? Now, you're talking about taking offense. Paano naman po yung mga taong bayan? They're being offended sa paglulustay nyo ng pera. Lumilito na parang nilulustay ang pera dito eh. Pera ng taong bayan po ito ang pinag-uusapan natin. If you're taking offense, mas lalo pong offended ang napakaraming Pilipino ngayon. Kasi hindi mo pa naibibigay ang tamang sagot. Pero kung naibigay mo ng magandang sagot, logical na sagot, then mawawala po yung sama ng loob ng taong bayan sa inyo.
Sir, with all due respect, sir, I believe, sir, this matter of the confidential fund, sir, is still pending the final decision, sir. We are currently still submitting our motion for reconsideration on this one, sir. And we still have not received any final reply on this one.
What
So,
I'm talking
in
about, sir, is yung mga sagot niyo po, it defies logic para sa isang matalinong tao. Kasi kung ako, sir, pinesenta sa akin yung mga ganong klaseng dokumento at nagtanong ako at hindi nasagot ng maayos, I will resign. Kaysa naman makulong ako. Kaysa naman maipit ako ngayon tulad nangyari sa'yo at saka mga previous witnesses. Di ba? Dalawa lang yun eh. Patuloy kang magbubulag-bulagan, pirma ka lang ng pirma dyan, nakapikit. Pero, ang consequence yan, maaari kang makulong, maaari kang makasuhan. Anything can happen. Or, mag-resign ka na lang. Kung ako, I will resign. Mapapahamak ako dyan, ba't ako pipirma dyan? Bakit ako pipirma sa mga nakalagay pagong, piatos, pikit, etc., kung ano pa mga kengkoy na mga pangalan? I would not consent to that. Outright sabihin ko, pag hindi niyo may paliwanag sa akin, I will resign. Period. Thank you po.
That was not a question, Mr. Orton. You need to answer. With the permission of Senator Judge Tulfo, may the chair replace the word nagtatanga-tangahan with feigning ignorance on the record? I see Senator Judge Tulfo nodding. So let the records so reflect the statement feigning ignorance in lieu of the Tagalog word mentioned earlier. Yes, Senator Judge Pangilinan is recognized. You have 2 minutes, sir. You may proceed when you're ready.
Yes, thank you. Before my time is begins to run, can we have a request for the uploading of third quarter to, no? Yeah, okay. Again, good afternoon, Mr. Ortonio. This is the accomplishment report for the third quarter of 2023, July 14 to September 30. Now, it appears here wala na yung 40 million pesos worth of medicines. Correct?
That's correct, sir.
Okay. Meron siya nung last quarter, meron siya nung first quarter, meron siya nung second quarter. Pero nung third quarter, wala na. Sabi mo kanina dahil yun ang hinihingi nung mga informant. So, nung third quarter, wala nang hiningi. Ano yun? Gumaling na silang lahat?
That I cannot, again, sir, I cannot answer, sir.
Yes. At hindi ba you received the AOM on October? Sometime in October?
October 4, 2023, sir.
Ito, October 9. So doon sa October 4, when you receive the AOM, nandun na yung findings na dinidisallow or pinapa-submit ang additional documents. Tama? For medicines, etc.
That's correct, sir.
Okay. So, mukhang hindi gumaling lahat nung binibigyan ng gamot. Ang nangyari, mukhang dahil nakita ninyo yung AOM at ipinagbabawal, binago ninyo. Tama po ba yun?
Sir, again, sir, I cannot answer kung binago yung accomplishment report, sir, because it's something that I personally did not prepare
Yes.
also,
Okay.
sir.
Now, I move on to another point. Sabi nyo, nung natanggap nyo yung AOM, you went point by point sa mga issues, tama?
Yes, sir.
Ang tanong, bakit di nyo binuksan yung sealed envelope dun sa ARs? Kasi andun lahat ng mga acknowledgement receipt. Bawal ba?
Sir, I did not open, sir, because at the time, sir, the AOM indicated that we are requested to submit the documentary evidence of payments. And
that is the acknowledgement receipts. That is
Acknowledgement
what you are being
receipts.
required to submit.
to submit, sir.
So
Yes,
should
sir.
you not have gone through the acknowledgement receipts to check because you're being asked to submit the documentary evidence of payment and to check if the ARs are actually documentary evidence acceptable?
Sir, yun na po yung nabigay sa akin ng special disbursing officer, sir. So,
No, okay. The question is, why didn't you open the envelope?
sir, I did not open anymore, sir, because at the time, sir, I also have a designation as
Were you instructed not to open it?
Sir, as liaison officer kasi, sir, I am not in the position, sir, to open yung sealed na
But you were
DEP, sir.
instructed to submit documentary evidence of payment. So you, in other words, you complied without going through the documentary evidence of payment? How can you now tell if it was documentary evidence of payment that you were submitting when you did not open the envelope? What were you submitting?
I personally did not open it anymore,
That's
sir.
why, but you were being required by COA to submit, to comply. So
Yes, sir.
So would you say that was substantial compliance?
Sir, yun po kasi yung na-require ng AOM, sir. So we submitted the documentary evidence
Kasi
of
ang
payment.
sitwasyon dito, dahilan mo o depensa mo na hindi mo na tiningnan o hindi mo nakita. Pero tama bang depensa yun? Na hindi mo nakita kaya hindi mo masasagot? Kasi ganun din ang sinabi mo, wala ako doon, wala ako sa ground, I'm not in the implementation, kaya hindi ko masagot. Is that compliance with, the requirements of COA?
Sir, the duty po, sir, to ensure that the DEPs...
There was nothing to stop you from opening the envelope, right? There was nothing.
Sir, the JC, sir, indicates, sir, that there are only certain individuals who have access
You could
to
get clearance, could you?
Sir,
Of course.
that's what...
Of course you can.
I did not ask anymore, sir, because I parang respectfully in-acknowledge ko na kung ano yung nakalagay sa JC, sir.
In other words, you really did not go point for point as you earlier testified to. Kasi pag sinabi mo we went point for point, parang masinop yung naging trabaho ninyo, di ba? Thorough, point for point. Pero ang lumalabas dito ngayon, hindi nyo binuksan yung documentary evidence of payment, hindi nyo binusisi. Hindi ba? Sinubmit lang ninyo. Again, we're talking of hundreds of millions of pesos. And I'd like to think, being an intelligent Ateneo graduate, diba, that you would have exercised greater diligence as you tried to monitor, check on, supervise financial services head how government money was being spent. Yun ang tinatanong ng mga kababayan natin. Mahirap paniwalaan, I'll wrap it up here, na kayo ay gumastos ng 122 million para sa gamot na reward dahil nag-surveillance yung mga informant at nabigyan ng reward at hiningi nila gamot at hindi niyo binigyan ng gamot, binigyan niyo ng pera para sila nang bibili ng gamot. Sabi niyo usual yun.
Kindly wrap up, Senator Judge Pangilinan.
No further questions, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Judge Pangilinan. Finally, Senate President Gatchalian,
Thank you.
and then Senator Judge Padilla.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
To wrap it up.
Merong binabasa ko itong reply ninyo, Mr. Ortonio, to COA, dated November 30, 2023. At nakasulat dito, I'll flash it on the screen. Paki-flash na lang. Hence, the 125 million CF was fully utilized for expenses planned, implemented, and paid during the 3-month period covering October to December 2022. So, sino nagbayad ng 125 million in advance?
Sir, there was
Minsan, may mga pangarap na hindi natutupad.
Kunting kembot na lang pasado ka na. Bar exam kay Hanliwat.
Pero, may mga pangarap na di sinusukuan.
Mag-midnights na kaan.
Ako si Attorney Sheila, kag ini ang Gcash story ko.
Kaya reimburse na lang ng 125 CF.
Sir, if I may be allowed, sir, to clarify, Your Honor, yung parang explanation from yesterday, sir. For the period of October to December 2022, sir, based on the information that was shared by the security officer, once we have already submitted yung PFP sometime in September, the security team, sir, meaning si Colonel Lachica, sir, already made coordination with informants or agents on the ground. As to the extent of the coordination that they did, sir, I am not privy to that anymore. However, when we received the SARO in December 13, 2022, which already indicates that we already have the funding for the confidential funds, that's the time that they were able to make definitive agreements with the informants on the ground. And once the payment, once the check has been encashed already, that's the time that payments were made between the period of December 21 to 31.
Mas realistic pa kasi kung in advance tapos reimbursed kaysa 125 million gagastusin in 11 days. So mas realistic pa nga itong explanation ninyo kaysa doon sa 11 days na gagastusin. And we're talking about 845 acknowledgement receipts scattered all over the country. Kaya itong explanation ninyo mas realistic pa, albeit although violation ng joint circular.
So I'd like to point out lang, Your Honor, that there were no reimbursements made, sir, based on what was relayed to me, sir. There was no reimbursements
But
made.
this was
sir.
information relayed to you by Lachica.
Colonel Lachica, sir.
And itong si Colonel Lachica, kanina naririnig ko, hindi nyo alam yung direct na ginagawa niya, hindi rin alam ni Acosta. So, sino lang nakakaalam sa opisina ninyo tungkol sa confidential operations or itong paggastos, yung paggastos ng confidential operations?
For the confidential operations, sir, again, sir, I have no personal knowledge, sir. I would assume, sir, because meron po siyang designation from our head of agency, then the reportorial duties, I would presume, would be directly to the head of agency.
Which is si Vice President Sara.
Which is
So
the head
dalawang
of
tao
agency.
lang sa opisina ninyo, si Vice President Sara at si Colonel Achica lang, ang alam kung paano gastusin itong 500 million.
Sir, I would have no personal knowledge again, sir, kung sila lang pong dalawa, sir.
Kasi ikaw yung gumawa nung reply, pero galing sa Colonel Achica yung information, si Gina naman kahapon, ganun rin, hindi rin niya alam. So I'm trying to understand sino nakakaalam nung paggastos ng 500 million dahil hindi siya maliit na pondo eh. No, but based on your information, dalawang tao lang ang parang nakakaalam nito. No? Si Vice President at si Colonel Achica. My last question, Mr. Presiding Officer. Kanina nasabi nyo na based sa information, meron pang mga tao si Colonel Achica. Tinransfer ni Acosta yung pera, o dinisburse ni Acosta yung pera kay Colonel Achica. And si Colonel Achica, dinisburse niya ulit dito sa mga tao niya. So, dalawang double handling ang nangyari dito sa pera. So, paano natin malalaman kung talagang yung pera ay pumunta sa mga activities o tao na kailangan puntahan dahil ni yung accountable officer hindi niya na alam kung paano na disperse yung pera doon sa mga informants. Anong kwento sa'yo ni Colonel Achica na umabot talaga dito sa mga informants?
Sir, based on what was shared to me, sir, Ms. Gina Acosta disbursed the amount to the security officer and then the security officer implemented it on the ground.
Yeah, but violation na kasi in disbursement to Colonel Achica. And then there's another violation na from Colonel Achica to some people who disperse the amounts. Ibig sabihin, ang daming taong humahawak ng pera bago umabot sa mga informants. So, in that sense, ang daming violation o tinakbuhan ng pera. So, thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Senate President. With the indulgence of Senator Judge Padilla, Senator Judge Camille Villar will be availing for a first round opportunity to interject. So I will recognize her first. Again, with your indulgence, Senator Judge Padilla, I see you nodding. Senator Judge Camille Villar, you may proceed when you're ready. You have 2 minutes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Good afternoon po, Mr. Ortonio.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Maayong hapon.
So, mayong hapon din. I just have a few clarificatory questions for you, if you don't mind. Tama po ba kayo ang Assistant Chief of Staff ng OVP?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
And kayo po ang sumagot dun sa AOM na pinadala ng COA. Kayo po yung nag-prepare ng report.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, and ano yung what was the process in which that you did that? Or what were the things that you had to do? You prepared the AOM, you consulted with...
Nung na-receive po yung AOM, ma'am, I informed the Chief of Staff and the Vice President. And from there was an instruction to me to coordinate with the Special Disbursing Officer and the Security Officer, which I did also, ma'am. And then from their replies, ma'am, I drafted the response, and then I submitted the reply for final approval to the head of agency.
And of course, in your capacity as the Assistant Chief of Staff and in your own capacity, sa inyo pong palagay ay nagampanan nyo naman yung inyong role dito sa prosesong ito at nagawa nyo naman adequately yung report.
Yes, at the time, ma'am, yes, I would say so, ma'am, because from the issues that were raised
Yes.
in the AOM and in the NS, marami pong mga concerns or issues na natanggal po doon sa final na natanggal doon sa notice of disallowance that we received.
Okay. And lahat yung mga requirements naman ay na-fulfill nyo naman dun sa report, right? A majority of it.
Yes, lahat po ng mga concerns that were raised, we were able to provide answers and supporting documents.
And doon naman sa doon po sa AOM, anywhere in the AOM did it say that there was a misuse or misappropriation of the funds?
No, there was no mention po, ma'am.
Okay. And are the findings of the AOM final?
No, ma'am. It is subject for comments, ma'am. And right now, for po siya, ma'am, motion for reconsideration.
Okay. Yun lamang po. Maraming salamat. Daghang salamat po. Thank you.
Thank you, Your
Senator
Honor.
Thank
Judge
you, Mr.
Camille
Ortonio.
Villar.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Senator Judge Padilla. You
Maraming
may
salamat
proceed
po.
with your interjection, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Maraming salamat po, Ginoong tagapamahalang hukom. Tuloy ko lang po yung ating tanungan. Opo. Pagkatapos po niyong sumagot, pwede pong pati na rin sa depensa. Meron din po akong tanong. Kanina po, nahinto tayo kay
Before
Marshal
you continue,
Bonifacio.
Senator Judge Padilla, next time, Attorney Christine, do you need a platform similar to it was Senator it was Attorney Lorna who first asked for it, but I noticed the prosecution has one. Would you wish one to be provided for you at a future time, Attorney Christine, or the
Yes, Your
the
Honor.
side of the respondents?
Yes, Your Honor. I would appreciate having that platform too.
Okay.
Thank you.
In the next hearing, Attorney Christine. Yes, Senator Judge Padilla, you may
Opo.
proceed.
Balikan ko po, naputol po tayo kanina. Opo. Naniniwala po ba kayo na ang confidential fund para yaan po ay makakuha tayo ng impormasyon para makasave ng buhay, para makakaroon tayo ng law and order?
If used properly, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Opo. Kayo po, sa defense, naniniwala po ba kayo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Opo. Kung sa palagay niyo po, nung panahon na si Marshal Bonifacio ay may confidential fund at nalaman niya na merong magtatangka sa kanyang buhay, sa palagay niyo po ba buhay pa si Senator Benigno Aquino ngayon?
Well, assuming, Your Honor, that the foreign occupants were those lone threats to his life, then probably yes, Your Honor.
Salamat po. Kayo po.
Actually, Your Honor, I'm not aware really of the circumstances during that time, Your Honor. So
Okay.
I cannot really comment intelligently on that. Yes, opo. Yes, Your
Opo.
Honor.
Sige. Si Marshal Bonifacio po ang may tuturing natin na nagbigay ng daan para sa people power. Yung kanya pong pagkamatay. Opo. Siya po ay na-assassinate. Opo. Sa palagay niyo po ba kung meron siyang confidential fund nung panahon na yun, ay nagkaroon siya ng information na merong assassination na magagawa sa kanya?
Likely, Your Honor.
Salamat po. Pangalawang tanong po. Palagay niyo po ba kung meron confidential fund si former Senator Angara na sa ngayon ay sekretary ng DepEd, maaari po bang napigil niya ang mga shooting incident sa mga paaralan?
I cannot speculate.
Wala pong speculation. At sa tingin lang po niyo, kung meron siya,
speculate.
sabi niyo po kasi kanina, sumang-ayon po kayo, kung may confidential fund, maaring makapigil, makapagbigay ng kapayapaan, law and order. Sa palagay niyo po ba, kung meron siyang confidential...
Please, sir, I would assume, sir, na tapos na po siya, sir.
Therefore, kung tapos na, declassified na.
As to the terminology, sir, unfortunately,
Declassified meaning hindi na ito classified information. You know, I'm trying to drive at this scenario, no? Kasi ang dami sa amin nagtataka talaga. Totoo ba talaga yung mga aliases? Totoo ba nakatanggap sila ng reward, ng informants money, para lang matapos na yung aming panghuhula? Baka pwedeng maipresenta all the documents relative to the PAPs relative to the PFP, relative to the expected outcome. Para lang makapag-desisyon kami. Kasi sa ngayon, nanguhula kami. Saan ba napunta yung pera? Possible po ba yun? I'm also addressing that to the presiding officer. Is it possible for the court to issue subpoena ducis tecum just to settle this issue once and for all para makita natin saan ba talaga napunta yung pera so we can have informed decision at the proper time. Ngayon hula kami ng hula eh. Alam niyo, Mr. Ortonio, no? Misuse sa akin yung misuse, maski masama yung connotation legally, na misuse mo pero hindi mo binulsa, probably pwedeng patawarin siguro ng mga kababayan natin, di ba? Naawa ka doon sa mga pulis, sa mga sundalo, na misuse mo kasi hindi intended doon sa item sa GAA, pero tinulungan mo kasi marami nagkakasakit, naulanan, naarawan. Sa akin medyo maunawaan pa ng publiko, although I'm not saying na hindi violation ng law kasi may technical malversation. But in the eyes of the public, pagka na-misuse pero hindi naman binulsa, medyo subdued ng konti yung galit. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
To respond, as a general rule, the court should sit as a passive body, Senator Judge Lacson, and leave it up to the prosecution to subpoena documents they deem necessary to prove their case. However, the court is not without any power after both counsels have presented their respective evidences in chief to call a witness, recall a witness, call a witness that was not called by either or named by either party, and subpoena documents in connection with the subpoena ad testificandum ducis tecum may also be issued, citing as basis City of Cebu versus GACO, AMRTJ 82111, and People versus Valera, GR number 20-28-6. So at the appropriate time, Senator Lacson, the court can avail of that power.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer, for the response. Kasi para hindi na tayo nanguhula lahat ito, 20 ilan tayo rito. Hindi natin alam kung talaga saan napunta yung pera. Of course, there's a presumption na nagamit na maayos. But still, there's that doubt. You cannot remove that because of the so many issues na lumabas dito sa aming trial. And we want to be satisfied. After all, we'll be deciding on the basis of evidence and kung anong tingin namin, kung ano yung tama o ano yung mali. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
We reserve that right. The court reserves that right, Senator Judge Lacson. Finally, Senator Judge Marcos for her interjection.
Yes, maraming salamat. At naintriga lang ako sa nasabi kanina, no? What's the documentary evidence of payment? Sa palagay ninyo, ano yung katibayan na nabayaran at hindi?
For the documentary evidence of payment po, we submitted the acknowledgement receipts.
Yung AR pa rin. In the context of rewards and incentives, what's the documentary evidence of payment?
Based on my understanding, ma'am, acknowledgement receipts.
AR
ma'am.
din. Wala talagang resibo, walang voucher, walang invoice. Ganun po ba?
Ang understanding ko po, ma'am, it's the acknowledgement receipts, ma'am, can suffice, ma'am.
And COA did not require OVP to submit what was inside that sealed envelope. Nasabi nga ninyo kanina, yung AR lang ang binuksan nyo, hindi na tinignan yung sealed envelope. Kasi ba hindi required ng COA yun?
Ma'am, when we submitted the initial po na comment ng COA is that we submit documentary evidence of payment to include also either ARs or official receipts. We submitted po ARs as documentary evidence of payment, and in the notice of disallowance po, there was no concern anymore in terms of the acknowledgement receipts, ma'am.
So inasmuch as yung COA did no longer ask for other documentation aside from the AR and the other documents submitted, is that the reason kung bakit hindi na niyo binuksan yung sealed envelope?
Ma'am, at the time, ma'am, when I submitted the documents, ma'am, and it was sealed, ma'am, as the role of the liaison officer, ma'am, who will transmit documents to the Commission on Audit, there is no specific na provision, ma'am, that the liaison officer needs to open it. I just need to transmit the documents to the Commission on Audit.
Thank you very much. At yun nga ang gusto ko i-clarify, hindi na kinailangan buksan yung sealed envelope dahil yun nga yung AR at yung mga dokumentong nabigay, yun na yung katibayan na nabayaran. Thank you.
Thank you, Your
Thank you,
Honor.
Senator Judge Marcos. Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo.
I know, Mr. Presiding Officer, we're in a hurry now, pero just a quick manifestation, Mr. Presiding
Yes,
Officer.
you may proceed,
Sir,
Senator Judge
may
Tulfo.
I once again encourage both counsels, the prosecution and the defense, to consider presenting the individual who appears to be the missing link in the testimonies we have heard so far. Ilang araw na po ito, Colonel La Chica, Colonel La Chica, La Chica, La Chica. Even Colonel La Chica, sa mga TV po kanina, kagabi, willing po siya mag-testify dito. Maging si Defense Secretary, sabi niya gano'n, pinaubayan na namin sa Senate, si Colonel La Chica. I understand, Mr. Presiding Officer, we cannot compel him to appear, but he has been repeatedly named by several witnesses, and it may be helpful to this court to hear directly from that individual so that gaping holes in the testimony may be clarified and the facts may be properly connected. I'm sure lahat po ng Senator judges would like to ask him, ano ba, saan mo ba dinala? Totoo bang inutusan ka ni BP? O sarili mo lang yan, binulsa mo? I have a lot of questions, Mr. Presiding Officer. That's why I am praying that one day we will be able to talk to Colonel La Chica para matapos na ho ito. Iniiwan ho natin parang hanging po yung question. Patatapos na po tayo dito sa hostile witness. Babalik na tayo sa witnesses ng prosecutors. Hindi pa natin narinig si Colonel La Chica. Mr. Presiding Officer, yun lang po.
The manifestation is noted, but as earlier ruled by the presiding officer, we cannot compel either party to call a witness. However, after the presentation of the party's evidence in chief, the court may exercise its discretion to call a witness based on the Supreme Court ruling cited by the chair earlier. That time will come should Colonel La Chica not be called by either party. So ordered. Just a few questions, Mr. Antonio. To wind up, kayo po ang nagsagot o sumagot sa lahat ng AOM, notice of suspension at notice of disallowance. Tama po?
Yes, I'm one of the signatories po.
Wala po doon sa AOM o kahit anong notice of suspension at disallowance, yung issue tungkol sa mga alias sa acknowledgement receipt, na-raise po ba yun doon?
It was not raised in any of the observations from COA, sir.
So hindi nyo kinailangan sagutin yon?
We did not answer, sir.
Did not need to answer because there was no question posed.
Yes, Your Honor.
There was no issue also raised by COA with respect to spending it for 11 days. Correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Wala rin kayong kailangan sagutin kaugnay nun.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, the notice of disallowance for the 3 quarters of 2023, it was disallowed dahil base sa testimonya ni Gina Acosta, binigay niya yung pera kay Colonel La Chica. Tama po ba?
That's one of the observations po, Your Honor.
It's not an observation anymore, Mr. Antonio. It's a notice of disallowance.
Disallowance. Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
So, sa tingin ng COA, bawal, illegal, hindi sangayon sa JC 2015-1 yung pagbigay ni Gina Acosta kay La Chica.
Based on the notice of disallowance, Your Honor, it indicates na the transfer from one agency to another, sir.
Kayo po, alam niyo po ba yun na binigay ni Gina Acosta yung huling quarter ng 2022 at 3 quarter ng 2023 kay Colonel La Chica lahat?
At the time, sir, no, I did not, sir.
At the time na binigay niya o at the time na nangyari na?
At the time na nangyari lahat, sir. I would have no personal knowledge, sir.
Hindi, pero nung ginawa mo yung AOM, unang sagot sa AOM, alam mo na binigay ni Gina kay La Chica?
Yes, sir, because they were introduced as the special
So
officer.
October mo nang nalaman na binigay lahat ni Gina Latchika, October 2023, nung sinagot mo yung unang AUM para sa huling quarter ng 2022, doon mo palang nalaman na binigay lahat ni Gina kay Latchika yung pera.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Now, is Latchika an accountable officer based on the definition of the JC?
Based on the JC, sir, he is not an accountable officer, sir. It's the SDO.
And that is the reason why his signature does not appear in any of the documents submitted by the Vice President in relation to the AOM, NS, and Notice of Disallowance. Dahil hindi naman siya empleyado ng OVP, di ba?
Yes, sir. He's not an employee, sir. Although he's designated as the security officer.
Is that allowed, designating someone as a security officer who's not an employee of the office and being given that much money to disburse?
Sir, based on my understanding, sir, on the JC, when I read it, sir, there's no specific guideline, sir, on who to designate as security officer. But there is a provision po, sir, that the head of agency may designate a security officer to implement different programs and activities.
Now, you keep on mentioning that Latchika implemented and that Acosta disbursed. Ano pong definition nyo ng implement?
Implement, sir, would be to perform the different activities on the ground, sir.
Which entails what? How will he perform the different activities on the ground in relation to confidential funds?
Possible, sir, to coordinate with the different informants or agents, sir. Yun po yung pwede kong mabigay na information, sir.
Mr. Antonio, sa
Understanding.
mga salitang perform at coordinate, saan po doon yung paggastos ng confidential fund? Perform, coordinate. Yun ang definition mo na implement.
Yes, sir.
Oh, asan dun? Ba't binigay kay Colonel Latchika yung pera at ba't siya gumastos kung perform at coordinate lang pala? Did Colonel Latchika spend the money?
I would say so, sir, that being the implementer of the different activities, sir, he spent the money for the different confidential activities.
So Colonel Latchika disbursed the money for various confidential activities.
I would say, sir, na
File.
sir, in terms of binawi po yung AR, sir, I
Ni
do not
Latchika?
know- I do not know of that, sir, because
That's what
the-
Gina said.
the AR, sir, were given to me by Miss Gina, and then that's what I submitted
Mr.
to the
Antonio,
Commission on Audit.
the ARs of the various aliases na binanggit, yung kanina pa sinasabi, ng iba't ibang apelido, kasama yung apelido ko, yun yung sinubmit ni Colonel Latchika. Ayon kay Gina, nagbigay siya ng pera kay Colonel Latchika at bilang katibayan, nagbigay na acknowledgement receipt si Colonel Latchika. Pero nung nagbigay siya ng mga acknowledgement receipt at liquidation, binawi daw ni Colonel Latchika yung acknowledgement receipt. So wala kang kopya ng acknowledgement receipt ni Latchika?
Sir, I'm sorry, sir. Ang pagkakaalam ko, sir, is that I got the box with acknowledgement receipt, sir, from the special disbursing officer. And
So
that's
you're
what
not aware of any acknowledgement receipt signed by Latchika?
No, sir.
So if Gina disbursed to him, ba't hindi mo hinanap yung acknowledgement receipt kay Latchika?
Sir, the request, sir, was for the DEPs for the implementation,
If your
sir.
theory is dinisburse kay Latchika, in-implement ni Latchika, hindi ba kailangan may papel yung dinisbursan na tinanggap niya yung pera?
Sir, I did not request for it anymore, sir.
As a final question, sir, so this is your story. You placed in the PAP, or you know that what they placed in the PAP, Good Governance Program, Socioeconomic Delivery Program, pero gagastusin yung confidential fund para sa informants, para tiyakin na ligtas ang ikalawang Pangulo saan man siya magpunta sa bansa, kaugnay ng trabaho niya, at ginamit itong confidential fund para bumili ng impormasyon, pera binigay para ipambili ng pagkain, ng silya, ng computer, ng gamot, kapalit ay impormasyon para matiyak ang kaligtasan ng VP at napatunayang matagumpay yon dahil walang nangyaring masama sa ating Vice Presidente hanggang ngayon. Yan po yung buod summary ng paggamit ng confidential fund ng OVP base sa inyong presentasyon.
Sir, with due respect, sir, just
You can correct me, sir.
just one correction lang po,
Yes,
sir. It's for the to ensure that the activities of the OVP will be implemented safely and that no untoward na mga mangyayari in the performance of walang mangyayari sa mga different activities ng OVP. That's what I
Walang
understand.
mangyayaring masama sa kanya at dun sa makikilahok. That's an accepted
For the
amendment.
office and the for the people who will be, say for example, attending mga events, sir.
Kaya hindi lang kay VP, pati sa mga taong makikilahok dun sa event para ligtas silang lahat doon.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yan po yung sinabi sa inyo ni Colonel Lachica na rason kung bakit siya namigay ng pera sa iba't ibang informant sa pamamagitan ng reward o pera pambili ng gamot, ng silya, ng computer, ng pagkain.
Yes, Your Honor.
That would be all, Mr. Ortonio. Senator Judge Zubiri, to avail of the first round.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I was not going to ask any more questions. I won't be asking a question to the witness, more to address the court. Can we make, because this is a recurring theme, halos sa lahat ng mga testigo, ang sinasabi po nila at minsan mga tanong ng prosecution or defense and prosecution ay ito bang finding ng COA, hindi pa siya final. It is yet under my motion for reconsideration. Ika nga, binanggit nga kanina ng ating testigo. Can this court make representation with the COA? If possible, during the duration of this trial, so that we may be guided as judges. Can they make their finding already with finality? Who knows? They may say na wala namang nangyaring kalokohan. Itong article ay tapos na.
Yes, Attorney May.
Your Honor, before the defense counsel proceeds with their cross-examination, the prosecution respectfully moves that the defense be directed to conduct its cross-examination in a non-leading question form, Your Honor. Yesterday, Your Honor, this honorable court declared Mr. Ortonio a hostile witness pursuant to Rule 132, Section 13 of the Rules of Court. And in so ruling, effectively, this honorable court also declared that the interest of this witness is aligned with the respondent. Now, Your Honor, the permission to conduct the permission to propound leading questions on cross-examination under Rule 132, Section 10A of the Rules of Court rests solely on the presumption that the interest of the witness to be cross-examined is hostile or is adverse to the cross-examiner, making it difficult for the cross-examiner to put into the mouth of the witness words that he expects to be elicited. Now, that presumption, Your Honor, has already been overcome by the declaration of this honorable court. So what we expect, Your Honor, is merely cross-examination in form but not in substance. Because in substance, Your Honor, the cross-examination would effectively be like the respondent herself cross-examining, the respondent cross-examining or direct examining, conducting a direct examination of her very own Assistant Chief of Staff. Last Monday, Your Honor, we witnessed how the defense, under the guise of cross-examination, supplying testimonies to the witness, Ms. Gina Acosta, and merely expecting her to supply yes to each and every question, Your Honor. And that is the very evil sought to be prevented by the rule against leading questions on direct examination. Your Honor, I understand before I'm lectured on the contents of the rules of court, I'm very much aware of what the rules of court provide. But I'm also very much aware, Your Honor, that under the rules of this honorable court, the rules of court is merely suppletory in application. And in fact, the presiding officer is granted leeway to rule on every matter of evidence.
Comment, Attorney Christine.
Yes, Your Honor. Rule 132 of the Rules of Court does not convert a hostile witness into as our own witness, Your Honor. So, therefore, we are not obliged to ask direct examination questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
If I may, Your Honor.
Short reply, and in so replying, Attorney May, kindly cite a legal basis outside of the rules of court, since you said it's not in the rules of court.
Your Honor, I'm citing the very own rules of this honorable court, saying that the rules of court is merely suppletory in application, and at the end of the day, it will be the presiding officer who will be deciding on matters of evidence. And early in the proceedings, Your Honor, if I remember correctly, 2 senator judges encouraged this honorable court to look beyond the wordings of the law and consider the intent for its application.
That it, Attorney May?
Yes, Your Honor.
Chair will make a ruling. Rules of court, although it has merely supplementary application to these rules, nevertheless do apply. And the rules of court state specifically that leading questions may be asked on cross-examination without any exception nor any limitation. And as held in the Bolos case, there is no need to interpret the rules in case where there is no doubt, and the rule is quite specifically clear. Number 2, we already have a precedent, at least with respect to the previous witness declared as a hostile witness in the person of Gina Acosta, where the court allowed counsel for the respondent to ask leading questions. You shall be accorded the same privilege, Attorney May, on the part of the prosecution, should the respondent rather present a hostile witness during the presentation of their evidence in chief. The court shall apply the rule equally. So ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You may proceed, Attorney Attorney Christine.
Yes, Your Honor.
When you're ready.
Yes, Your Honor. Before I start with my cross-examination, just to put the record straight, Your Honor, when I said they are allowed, I was referring to leading questions, Your Honor, because the journal dated August 12, 2019 would show that I was indeed asking a leading question before Attorney Kapunan objected, Your Honor. So if we take a look at it, with all due respect, the objection was even improper at that time, Your Honor. So, but I want that issue to be closed.
That was similarly pointed out by the presiding officer, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sorry, Your Honor. Before I proceed, may my colleague be recognized, Your Honor? Attorney
Of
Kapunan.
course, Attorney Lorna.
Your Honor, please, first of all, I'd like to commend the presiding justice. Very clear. The ruling on sub judice is very clear, and we will take it with strict compliance, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel.
I'd like to manifest, though, that, again, the statement of counsel is misleading because it was very clear. It was very clear, and the transcripts will show that the immediate phrase which led to my remark was not about leading, it was about misleading, Your Honor. If I heard it, if the whole legal profession heard it, if this courtroom heard it, if the outside audience heard it, then it must be, it is what it is. She had said misleading is allowed, and I responded to that, and I'd like that to be on record, Your Honor. Let us not mislead again this honorable court. Thank you.
Your Honor,
The chair already made a ruling earlier regarding this matter brought about by the lead counsel. In lieu of that, the chair will simply furnish the parties with a copy of the TSN, wherein, I will quote again for the record, for the last time, and then we proceed with cross. It's already 11. Attorney Kapunan, leading, misleading questions are not allowed on cross. Attorney Ferrer, they are allowed. This is what the transcript says, and it has no reference to Attorney Ferrer stating specifically that misleading questions are allowed. And perhaps the confusion arose with respect to the TSN, again, not being able to capture the perhaps overlapping statements made by both councils, and we should leave it at that already, councils, and move on.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So, when you're ready, no more manifestations, Attorney Christine.
None, Your Honor. We will
Proceed to cross.
Yes, proceed to cross.
Attorney May, you shall be the counsel for the prosecution.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you may proceed, ma'am, when you're ready.
Good morning, Mr. Ortonio.
Good morning, Mama Imbuntag.
Earlier, you said or you confirmed that no PFP or the no PFP was attached to the August 2022 letter request of the OVP to the DBM. Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct, ma'am.
Okay. And the reason for this was because at that time, it is not being required by the joint circular to attach the PFP to that letter.
Based on my understanding, ma'am, attaching the PFP is not required to the letter request, ma'am.
Thank you. Nonetheless, when the DBM asked for documents in response to that request, you complied and submitted documents, correct?
Yes.
Additional budget. No issue whatsoever was raised by either the DBM or the Office of the President regarding the documents that you submitted.
We did not receive any comment regarding the submissions that we've made.
Thank you. You were also asked yesterday regarding the good governance program that was mentioned in the PFP for the fourth quarter of 2022. Do you recall that?
Yes, ma'am.
And as someone who supervises the Administrative and Financial Management Office of the OVP, you confirmed that the confidential funds for the fourth quarter of 2022 was requested to ensure the safe implementation of the OVP's good governance program.
That's correct, ma'am.
And the confidential funds were not used to fund the good governance program in itself, but the implementation thereof.
Yes, that's correct, ma'am.
Now we go to the 2023 PFP, which I assume you also recall. The 2023 PFP indicated that the phrase socio-economic program delivery instead of good governance program. Do you recall that?
Yes, ma'am.
And the socio-economic program delivery is a program of the OVP for the 2023.
Yes, yun po yung parang encompassing program title for all the projects of the OVP
For the year 2023.
for the year 2023.
Again, the confidential funds for the year 2023 were not used to fund the
Objection.
socio-economic program itself.
This time, Your Honor, I will have to object.
Not yet done, Your Honor, with
Not yet.
question. Yes.
Kindly finish your question, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. The confidential funds for the year 2023 were not used to fund the socio-economic program itself, but the safe implementation thereof.
Your
Yes,
Honor, I will
that's
have to
So
correct.
for the
Your Honor, we
prosecution,
would like to-
before the witness answers, the answer of the witness is stricken off. Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. The question, this witness, Your Honor, based on his answers yesterday, is incompetent to testify on that. Why do I say that, Your Honor? First, this witness admitted yesterday that it was the Vice President herself who requested the confidential funds. And second, Your Honor, he himself explained that he had no participation whatsoever in the disbursement of said confidential funds. So this witness, Your Honor, by his own admission, is incompetent to testify where the confidential funds were spent or what the confidential funds was spent on or were spent on.
Quick reply, Your Honor.
Yes. Attorney May. Attorney
Yesterday,
Christine.
yes, the witness also testified that he is the Administrative and Financial Management Officer. Sorry, Your Honor. He is the supervising officer of the Administrative and Financial Management Office of the OVP, and that all budgets, as a general rule, are being approved by him, Your Honor. And he, in fact, participated in the request for the confidential funds in the year 2022, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I may just make a very quick rebuttal.
Before the chair makes a ruling, yes.
Your Honor, we've heard it straight from the horse's mouth. The statement of this witness yesterday was that was the general rule. Since that is merely the general rule, there are exceptions. And he also mentioned, Your Honor, that confidential funds is not among those funds that went through him.
Your Honor, quick reply.
We've dealt this. Too many exchanges already, counsels. If the witness knows, he may respond. And as you very well know, Attorney May, sometimes a hostile witness may give a different answer on cross, which is a proper subject matter for redirect, if ever, when your time comes. Witness may answer, yes, Mr. Antonio, you may respond to the question.
Thank you, Your Honor. The way I understand the question is that the confidential funds was not used for any of the regular programs of the OVP under the socio-economic delivery programs for the 2023. So with that, sir, I can say yes, the confidential funds were not used for the purpose of the implementation of the socio-economic programs of the OVP in itself.
And you know that information by virtue of your position, not only as the Assistant Chief of Staff, but also as the administrative but also as the supervising officer of the Administrative and Financial Management Office of the OVP.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct, ma'am.
Thank you. The socio-economic program can be found in the 2023 General Appropriations Act.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
confirm that?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct, ma'am.
Okay. And it's a line item, in fact, under the 2023 GAA.
Yes, correct, ma'am.
As the Assistant Chief of Staff of the OVP, were you made aware of the reason why the Good Governance Program was changed to Socio-Economic Program Delivery in the 2023 PFP, if you know?
Based on my recollection, ma'am, there was a change in the term in the program title from good governance to socio-economic program in 2023 so that it encompasses parang mako-cover nung title ng program yung all of the projects of the OVP because because all the programs of the OVP addresses yung socio-economic concerns that the office would want to address.
Thank you. Let's go to the AOMs and the notice of suspension. You testified that as the Assistant Chief of Staff, you drafted and signed the replies to the AOMs received by the Office of the Vice President for the fourth quarter of 2022, as well as the first to third quarters of 2023. Do you confirm that?
Yes, that's correct, ma'am.
And you also signed the OVP's response and supplemental response to the notice of suspension dated December 13, 2023, relative to the fourth quarter relative to the confidential funds for the fourth quarter of 2022. Do you confirm
Yes,
that?
that's correct, ma'am. I'm one of the signatories.
And because of that, you have studied all of the AOMs as well as the notice of suspension.
Yes, that's correct, ma'am.
The AOMs sought clarification on the liquidation documents of the OVP, correct?
Yes.
The AOMs and the notice of suspension did not contain the phrase, if you recall, did not contain the phrase misuse of funds, if you can recall.
Based on my recollection, ma'am, I cannot recall.
Your Honor, best evidence, original documents rule, Your Honor. Your Honor, and
Well,
I know the, Your Honor, I know the,
Counsels, we can move on because before your objection, witness already said that he cannot recall. So move on, Attorney Christine.
thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, and in those AOMs, can you recall if there was any finding of misuse of funds?
Already asked and answered, Your Honor.
I'm asking about findings, Your Honor.
Witness may answer. She's asking about findings, counsel.
Based on my understanding, ma'am, no misuse, ma'am, although there were certain clarifications that were made.
Thank you. And the notice of suspension also does not contain any finding or findings on the misuse of funds.
None that I can recall, just some clarifications, ma'am.
Thank you. And the AOMs and the notice of suspension were not final findings of the COA ICFAO when it comes to the confidential funds of the OVP. Do you confirm that?
Yes, ma'am. That's my understanding, ma'am, na once we receive the AOMs, we are given the opportunity to send our comments.
Thank you. In fact, if you know, there is a pending motion for reconsideration before the commission proper relative to the notice of disallowance covering the confidential funds for the fourth quarter of 2022, if you know.
Objection, Your Honor.
Before
That
you
was-
answer, Attorney May?
Your Honor, that's no longer covered by the direct examination. The rule for the cross-examination of hostile witnesses under Rule 132, Section 13 is different, Your Honor. What can be covered on cross-examination of a hostile witness are only those matters that were covered on direct examination. At no point was a mention of petition for review ever made during direct examination.
The court will give counsel sufficient leeway on cross. The court will also like to find out about this petition for review, which was discussed with the witness Gina Acosta. Witness may answer.
Sorry again, ma'am, the question, ma'am.
Yes, I'll repeat my question. If you know, there is a pending AR on the note, there is a pending motion for reconsideration of the notice of disallowance covering the confidential funds for the fourth quarter of 2022.
Yes, ma'am.
Misleading, Your Honor. Your Honor, move to strike, Your Honor, because I wasn't given enough opportunity, Your Honor.
Will
Enough
the
time.
witness kindly wait just for a few seconds before answering? Yes, what is the ground of the objection, counsel?
It's misleading, Your Honor, because a petition for review, it was not on, sorry, it was not, it was not.
I'd rather repeat my question, Your Honor.
Kindly repeat,
If I
Attorney
can.
Christine.
Yes, thank you. In fact, okay, if you know, there is a pending motion for reconsideration of the notice of disallowance covering the confidential funds for the fourth quarter of 2022 before the commission proper of COA.
Your Honor, again, this,
Yes,
this
counsel?
witness will be incompetent to testify on it, Your Honor. The participation of this witness in the filing of the petition for review has not yet been established. It wasn't even established yet, Your Honor, that this witness is even aware of the contents of the petition for review.
Your Honor, the court already...
If he knows, Mr. Otoño, if you know.
I am aware, Your Honor, but as to the specifics on the reply to the or the contents of the MR, I'm not very much aware of the contents.
Thank you. As to the first to third quarters of 2023, a notice of disallowance was issued by the COA dated March 31, 2026, if you know.
Yes, that's correct, ma'am.
In fact, you are the person who received the notice on April 8, 2026 on behalf of the Vice President.
Again, Your Honor, with all due respect, that's already going beyond what was discussed on direct examination, which is prescribed under Section 13, Rule 132, Your Honor. At no point did we discuss the notice of disallowance for the last three AOMs. The discussion during direct examination were limited to the notice of suspension, up to only the notice of suspension.
The chair will note the will convert the objection of counsel to a continuing objection with respect to the line of questioning of Attorney Christine on this witness. But the court will allow it, but notes the continuing objection of counsel with respect to these notices of disallowance that were issued.
Thank you,
Mr.
Your Honor.
Otoño, please answer.
Ma'am, can you repeat the question, ma'am?
Okay, I will repeat. A notice of
Specifically mentioned in his replies, Your Honor. There was no mention whatsoever of the COA rules in any of his replies.
if he knows, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Attorney Christine, move on to, we get your point. You can move on to your
Okay,
next
Your
point.
Honor. I will continue. Now, your involvement when it comes to the OVP confidential funds were, kindly confirm each item. Number 1, processing the request for the confidential funds for the fourth quarter of 2022.
Misleading, Your Honor. There was no statement to that effect during the direct examination.
Attorney
Your Honor,
Christine?
she asked for the functions, Your Honor. She even presented the documents, Your Honor, pertaining to the
But at no point,
confidential funds of 2022, Your Honor,
if I may, Your
which
Honor.
the witness also processed. Thank you.
Yes, Attorney May?
if I know, there was no, again, that's misleading, Your Honor, because I never asked about the participation of this witness in that request. In fact, he himself explained, Your Honor, during direct examination, that the request was purely the Vice President's. He had no participation whatsoever in the request. He is only aware that a request was made because of that letter that he was confronted with. That's why throughout the direct examination, his answers would be limited to what is contained in the documents.
Well, if he knows counsel, and again, this would be a ripe subject matter for your redirect if he all of a sudden regains, if all of a sudden he remembers, it is a proper subject matter of redirect. Witness may answer.
Ma'am,
Your Honor, yes, I will repeat my question. Your involvement when it comes to the OVP confidential funds were, number 1, processing the request for the confidential funds for the fourth quarter of 2022 as evidenced by your letter dated September 9, 2022 to the DBM.
ma'am, just a quick clarification, ma'am. When you say processing, ma'am, in terms of
Handling the request.
yes, ma'am. Through my office, ma'am, we transmitted the request to the DBM.
Okay. Signing of vouchers.
That's correct, ma'am. Signing of vouchers.
Signing of checks.
Yes.
Signing of responses to the AOMs and the notice of disallowance.
Yes, ma'am.
And acting as liaison when it comes to the submission of the liquidation documents to the ICFAO.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. You were not involved in the drafting of the quarterly liquidation reports of the confidential funds, correct?
No, ma'am.
That work belongs to Ms. Gina Acosta, right?
As of my understanding, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
You were not involved in the disbursement of confidential funds, is that right?
No, ma'am.
And also the recording of confidential expenses.
No, ma'am.
The recording of confidential expenses is being done by Ms. Gina Acosta.
As of my understanding, ma'am, yes, she is.
And you were not also involved in the confidential operations of the OVP.
No, ma'am.
And you have not met any of the confidential informants of the OVP.
No, ma'am.
Neither did Ms. Gina Acosta meet any of them, if you know.
That I would have no not personal knowledge, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. As far as you know, the confidential informants only liaise with Colonel La Chica, if you know.
That is of my understanding, ma'am.
And the reason being is that the information as to the identity of the informants is classified and sensitive under the joint circular, specifically item 3.28.
Objection, Your Honor. This witness has already repeatedly testified that he had no participation in the disbursement of the confidential funds, Your Honor. And yet, defense counsel, with all due respect to her, keeps on propounding questions related to the disbursement.
And this answer, counsel, will always be in the negative because he has been consistent in regard to not having any participation with the disbursement. I think that has been established, Attorney Christine, that he has no participation in the disbursement.
Actually, Your Honor, my question was not about the disbursement, Your Honor. If I can repeat it, Your
Kindly
Honor.
repeat the question,
Yes, thank
Attorney
you.
Christine.
You answered earlier that as far as you know, the confidential informants only liaise with Colonel La Chica. That was your answer earlier. And the reason being, okay, if you know, is that the information as to the identity of the informants is classified
It's
and
the same
sensitive
banana, Your Honor.
under the JC. Can I just finish my question, Your Honor?
Finish the question, counsel.
Yes. And I will repeat, Your Honor. The reason being is that the information as to the identity of the informants is sensitive under the joint circular.
Your Honor, I raised the same objection, Your Honor. This witness already testified that he has no participation in the disbursement and implementation of the confidential funds. Now, defense counsel is asking the reason why the informants did not directly
Your Honor, please.
Chair will make a ruling. Chair will sustain the objection, but not on that ground, but on the ground it is misleading because the witness did not say that it is of a sensitive nature, but that, if I remember correctly, it was confidential. That was the statement made by Attorney La Chica to him. Na
Yes,
hindi niya sasabihin because it was confidential.
Yes,
in
Your
nature.
Honor. We will no longer push the question. Thank you.
Move on to your next point, Attorney Christine.
I'm already done, Your Honor. Thank you.
Are you ready for your redirect, counsel?
Your Honor, may I just have 10 minutes, Your Honor, to organize my redirect, Your Honor, given the number of questions that were propounded on cross-examination.
With the permission of the senator judges, so as to save on time, while we're giving Attorney May some time, you will have the similar amount of time, Attorney Christine, if you so desire for your recross. I will, in the meantime, allow senator judges to interject in the interregnum to save on the court's time. I can see the hand of Senator Soto. Anika, after Senator Soto, can you list the rest? Chair recognizes Senator Judge Soto for his interjection. You may proceed, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. It's actually just one question to Mr. Ortonio. And this is out of my curiosity. Earlier, you confirmed that all admin and finance matters dumadaan sa'yo.
That's correct po, Your
Correct.
Honor.
Also, you said that you were the head of HR in Davao, the LGU.
That's correct po, Your Honor.
Correct. In this regard, I'm sure you would know, what is the employment status of Colonel La Chica in the office of the Vice President?
Colonel La Chica po is the group commander of the VP-SPG, and he is not an employee of the OVP, but he has an order coming from the AFP designating him as the group commander for the Vice Presidential Security and Protection Group.
Therefore, designation.
There
You're
is an
saying he is not employed. He does not have any employment status in the office of the Vice President.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Well, that's all I wanted to know, Mr. President. Thank you.
Point well taken, Senator Judge Soto. Next to interject is Senator Erwin Tulfo. You may proceed, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Testigo, nabasa niyo po ba na mabuti at naintindihan ang nilalaman ng Joint Memorandum Circular, sir?
Good morning, sir. Yes, Your Honor, I was able to read it, and based on my understanding, I was able to understand the contents of the JMC.
Nung kayo po ay pinadalahan na ng Notice of Disallowance ng COA, nabasa niyo rin po ba kung bakit kayo po pinadalhan ng Notice of Disallowance? Kailangan niyo pong sagutin yung kanilang AOM.
Yes po, for the 2022 and 2023.
2022. So naintindihan po ninyo na sinasabi doon ng COA na while confidential funds allow for the payment of rewards to civilian information, yung COA po has ruled that this cannot be structured as broad distribution of medicines, food, grocery packs, or household goods. And that kung ito po ay reward, dapat po specific targeted financial payouts lamang po at hindi po pwedeng ibili ng mga gamot o ng mga upuan bilang reward. Naintindihan niyo po ba yun?
Sir, based on my understanding, sir, that is the initial observation coming from the COA, and we were able to provide comment on that on our replies.
Tama. Pero alam niyo po ba ng Office of the Vice President is a civilian office? Ibig sabihin, hindi po sila military, therefore, hindi po sila maaaring mag-possess ng formal national security or law enforcement mandate. Sabi po ng COA guidelines, sir, again, specifically, the operational intelligence gathering is the domain of military, police, and specialized enforcement bodies. Hindi po kasama ang VP, PSPG po roon. Did you know that?
Sir, based on my understanding, sir, sa pagkakaintindi ko po sa JMC is that the confidential funds is allowed for civilian agencies, sir, and in coordination with the different law enforcing agencies. Yun po yung pagkakaintindi ko
Yun
po.
po ang pagkakaintindi ho ninyo. Pero iba po yung sinasabi po ng COA sa inyo. Kaya po kayo may notice of disallowance. Kaya po sinasabi ng COA at ini-issue po sa inyo formal notice of disallowance na 73.3 million ng OVP December 2022 confidential spending. Yung po ang dahilan na major reason for this allowance was the 24.93 million pesos spent on medicines and 34.857 million spent on various goods were improperly categorized under the guise of intelligence rewards. Alam niyo po ba yun? Kaya pinadalhan po kayo ng COA, sir.
Sir, based on what I can recall po, sir, on the notice of disallowance that was sent to our office, what they required, sir, was that the submission of an intelligence report to support the payment of those rewards. So yun po yung pagkakaintindi ko regarding sa letter.
So nakita po ninyo na may problem, sir. May problem. Kaya kayo pinagpapaliwanag.
There is an issue po, sir, that we needed
There's
to
an
comply.
issue. Okay. Panghuli na lamang, Mr. Presiding Officer, one last question. So, sino po
You may
mga
proceed.
nag-invento at saan galing yung mga alias po na yun? Is that only Colonel La Chica o sa grupo ninyo, yung sila Chippy McDonald, sila Pusa, Aso, etc. May sila Pagong. Who invented those?
Sir, I do not know, sir. Number one, sir, I cannot answer, sir, if invented, sir. But as to the AR, sir, I cannot provide information, sir, because I do not have any participation in the implementation of the confidential activities.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. Presiding Officer, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo. Senator Judge Pangilinan is recognized. You have 2 minutes, sir. You may proceed when you're ready.
Maraming salamat. Magandang umaga, Ginoong Ortonio.
Good morning, sir.
Yes. Pwede nyo bang ipaliwanag yung naging proseso, no? Dahil base sa testimonya ni Acosta, ni Ginang Acosta at sa inyo, yung testimonya nyo. From December 2022 to September 2023, a total of 122 million pesos in cash was distributed to perhaps hundreds of informants after doing surveillance work, was given rewards, and they purchased medicines. Tama po?
Based on the information that was shared to me by the security officer,
That's
sir.
correct. Yun yung nangyari.
Based on the information, sir.
Bakit gamot? Would you know?
Sir, I would not know, sir, but although based on the information that was shared to me by the security officer, those were parang yun po yung representation or yun daw po yung inilapit ng mga informants or agents that they needed at the time.
Bilang reward.
Yes, as a
Pero
form
pera
of-
ang binigay, sabi ninyo. No?
Yes, sir.
Pero
Based-
hindi nyo alam kung talagang gamot ang binili.
I would
Dahil-
have no idea, sir, on the implementation, sir.
Dahil walang resibo. Acknowledgement receipt meron.
Acknowledgement receipt, sir.
You were head of the BAC, no? Bids and Awards.
Bids and awards.
So
committee,
familiar
sir.
ka, pagka regular purchases, dapat may bidding ang medicines.
Correct, sir.
Di ba?
Yes, sir.
So, kung yun ang pinaliwanag sa'yo, sa loob ng 9 na buwan, hindi mo ba tinanong o hindi mo ba sinita na dapat pagka-medicines, dapat bidding? Kasi ako ang head ng Bids and Awards. Alam ko yan eh.
Sir, I was only made aware of the concern regarding the medicines and food supply, sir, when the AOM, when we received the AOM, which was around October of 2023, sir. So that was parang almost 9 months after the 2022 na implementation for the confidential funds.
Okay. So, hindi mo alam kung bakit gamot, no? Sinabi lang sa'yo, no? Pero bilang in charge ng financial services, yun na nga, hindi mo rin talaga alam kung yung 122